for coming back for another Marvel Legends review. My name is US Agent 27. I'm from the MUCollectorClub.com forums. If you guys haven't come check us out yet, please come check us out. We're at www.mucollectorclub.com. The link will be in the show notes. What we are is basically a news and forum website. We cover comics, toys, movies, video games, all kinds of stuff, whatever you guys want to talk about. It's not just Marvel. There's also DC, NECA, for example, Masters of the Universe classics, Jazzwares, pretty much any of the major toy lines we cover. So come check us out, come join the fun, and talk about your favorite toys. So today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Abomination. And I chose the Abomination. Well, there are a couple of different choices when it comes to the Abomination. You have the one you see before you right now, which is the regular version. There's also a variant version that has kind of like a melted face. And then there's also, well, the Marvel Select Abomination, which is a huge, ginormous figure with limited articulation. The sculpt on that one looks really, really great, but I was really looking for something with some better articulation. So I chose this one. I actually got a really good deal for it. I posted a message up on the forums just basically saying, hey, I'm looking for Abomination. Within a couple of minutes, I had someone send me a message saying, hey, I have them, $18 shipped. Are you interested? And I was like, sure. So I went ahead and made the deal, and it was I had it in a couple of days, so it worked out very well. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about our community. Never before have I ever been a part of something where everyone's always helping each other out. You post up something, say, hey, I'm looking for this, and someone in a couple, sometimes clear across the country will say, hey, I've got that. Do you want me to pick it up for you? Or, I have that. I'm not really, interested in more. Do you want it? That kind of stuff happens every single day on our community. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to the review. So, Abomination, a Hulk villain. Really, really dig the sculpt on this guy. We're going to spend quite a bit of time talking about the sculpt a little bit. I'm going to zoom out a little. He looks impressive. And I have a couple of Hulk figures that we're going to do like a comparison shot with, but the sculpt on him is really, really great. He has this on his chest. He has like these little bumps, almost like reptilian bumps all over him. His face sculpt, let me see if I can a little closer. And I apologize if it gets out of focus for a second. His face sculpt was great. I mean, he's got on his teeth, I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, he actually has like gingivitis on his teeth and grime. He has that fleshy color on his gums. On the top of his head, he has like black dry brushing right there, mixed in with the green. He has yellow eyes with little black specks in him. I mean, so he looks mean. In his ears, his ears probably look better. You can see right there, there's like black dry brushing right there. He looks great. For his pants, he just has a plain flat black right there. And then the rest of his body has the scales. A really, really great figure. I mean, his hands are, the sculpt on him is great. I mean, he's got really nice sculpted, fist and hands, and the way that they works very, very well. His feet have the two toes that's sculpted, and then like this back toe, this back toe back here that's sculpted. So I mean, it looks really, really impressive. Abomination, as far as a sculpt goes, very, very impressive figure. Here's a look at his back. I mean, look at the detail on that. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy, bumpy, detail right there. I mean, it just looks amazing. So as far as like sculpt and paint, I mean, they nailed this figure. I mean, you couldn't have gotten a better version in the Marvel Legends scale. He's big. He looks really, really great. So let's go ahead and take a look at articulation. So first thing we're going to start off with is the head. Now the head, this is an older Marvel Legend, but the head can go up about that far, which isn't very far, but he does go down. So he can look down, he can look side to side, all the way, like that, and back up. There's not a neck joint or anything like that. It looks like it's on a ball. He has no diaphragm joint right there, or ab crunch. He does have and this is where you get the ratchet sound too, a waist swivel. I hate when it does that because I always feel like I'm going to break the figure, and I've heard of some people have had bad luck with these where they've broken. So I'm going to kind of take it easy on the joints for this review. His shoulders are ball joints, and they do the same thing like that. And again, I'm not really going to mess with it too much, guys, but they do move. I'm just really worried about breaking the figure. He has a bicep swivel. He has a single joint at the elbow, and that's because he's such a bulky figure. It goes up about that far. It goes all the way down. Let's see if I can show you. So it goes up about like that. For his hands, he doesn't have any kind of wrist twist or anything like that, or wrist rotation. He has this wrist hinge, and he can kind of put his hand out in like a grabbing pose. One thing about the paint is it looks like it kind of wore right there. This is an older figure, I understand that. But when you have the hand clench, you don't really see it. So he can kind of do like that, but he can make a fist pretty easily, which a lot of times you don't see on the figures, like the Face-Off Hulk, which I don't have yet, but he is coming, and I'll be doing a review of him. He doesn't have fists, he just has an open hand. So that's that hand. And the other hand is pretty much the same thing. Maybe a little bit different finger configuration, but he basically makes a fist. He can open his hand like that, so he's like grabbing at you. He has the bicep swivel and the single jointed elbow, and he has that. That makes me so nervous doing that. So that's gonna be about it. All right, we're not gonna mess with that anymore. He does move. Ball joints at the torso. He has a thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees that work very, very well. Just have to kind of work them a little bit. And because of the way they are, they kind of, that's about as far as you're going to get. Back up. That's about as far as you're going to get with the knee. I usually don't have them that flexed. I usually just have them standing kind of like that. His feet, let me just zoom out. Go up like that far, they go back about that far, and he has a very, very nice ankle pivot. He also has his toe joint that does help get him in some really nice positions, help balance his feet. Because of the way the character's feet, the way the feet are sculpted, it does really help with balance, getting him in a really nice position. You can get Abomination in a really great standing position, or even kind of like a lunging position, you know, leaning over. Let me back up the camera. So kind of like that, and I just have his knee kind of bent. So he is a great figure for posability. And that was one of the reasons why I went with the Marvel Legend version over the Marvel Select version, was because the Selects are great. They're great for the sculpts, but sometimes they lack in the articulation, and that's the case with the Marvel Select Abomination. You can't get as many poses as you can with this one. Don't get me wrong, you can still get some good poses, but not quite as many. So that's basically the review of the Abomination. He's a great, great figure. If you guys don't have him, definitely you should check him out and, you know, price him out and try to get him if for your collection. If you're a big Hulk fan, you definitely have to have the Abomination. If you're a big Marvel Legends fan, you really should have the Abomination too. That being said, his price point, you know, he's not too bad. I think I paid $18 shipped for the loose figure. For mint and card, I've seen him go for anywhere from like $20 to $30 or $40. I mean, it really depends. You have to kind of really watch Evil Bay or eBay. Amazon sometimes will have them pop up too, but you know, just watch the auctions. And if, you know, like I said, check with our community too. Maybe someone's got one that they don't want it anymore and they just want to sell it or trade it. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a quick look at a size comparison. And for size comparison, I have two Hulk figures. The first one is the Walmart Hulk, and I will do a review of this one eventually. And you can see Walmart Hulk is a little smaller. Not quite, you know, not quite up to the right size. Not really a big fan of that. The other Hulk I have is the Avengers movie Marvel Select Hulk, who is, as you guys can kind of see, is just a little too big. So I don't have a proper size Hulk to go with my Abomination yet. Face-Off Hulk will be taking that place once I get it. Alright, anyway guys, that's it for the comparison. My battery's about to die, so we're going to call it quits right here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. I love reading comments. I always respond to every single one. And I want to thank all my subscribers. I'm up to, I think, 27 or 28 right now. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me. I'll keep doing videos as long as you guys keep subscribing and commenting and rating the videos. Alright guys, take it easy and don't forget to come check us out, www.mucollectorclub.com. The link is in the show notes.